Hey Leo, welcome to your reading. I'm Empress Rose. These are general readings, so we take what works and we leave what doesn't, as with everything in life. If I don't catch your wavelength on this reading, check your other major placements. Major placements are Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. And there are many tools on the internet to look those up. People had some questions about those, so I thought I'd just answer them briefly here. Let's see, I'll try to post pictures at the end. I'm sure you would forgive me if I forgot, but I can imagine forgetting, and I think I have. Let's see. I think that's it. We're going to start with the Oracle Mystical Moments here with an intuitive vibe, and then we'll hit the actual tarot deck for a storyline or an actual reading, but we're going to start off with these ones. All right, what do we have for Leo? Leo. What do we have for Leo? Oh, you sneaky little fucker. You want to go back in there, don't you? It's okay if you knew. I should have called her a sneaky little bitch. It's the Queen Bee card. Honey, stinging. Oh my gosh, Leo, this is a stinker of a reading so far. Oh, Queen Bee, you got this one a while ago, I think. Honey, but comes with a stinger. Ouch. Very focused on one side of the story, not a very balanced person. I mean, I want to say, I want the Queen Bee. Every time I get this card, I want her to be the source of life, of honey, of this earth goddess energy that's pollinating all the flowers and making everything happen. I can almost talk myself into it, that's what she is. And then I remember the Queen Bee. The Queen Bee, stingers. Ouch. The seriously damaged person from middle school and high school who was popular, but actually nobody liked them, and they got their way through fear and intimidation and hurting other people as how they get their way. They might have something to offer you. This could be you, but this person, it could be somebody else. This person might have something to offer you, might have something that you need, that you want, but my gosh, is it worth the price? Is it worth all the pain and the stinging? So we got Queen Bee here. Man, do I want her. Every time I get this card, I'm like, oh, no, I can't read her as any other way. There's everything's logical here. She's got a pleasant look on her face. She's got this beautiful flowing dress. She's got these like reproductive, almost fallopian tube flowers here, she's got this, and the birds and the bees metaphor, sexuality, but I can never forget that she has an army of stingers right at her service. She's going to protect her honey. Okay, maybe she's supposed to be sharing it, but she's protecting it. Seen from her perspective, she protects her honey. Seen from a lot of other people's perspective, what on earth is going on here? And then you have stranded. You have another crappy little card. We'll look at the tarot and see if maybe things can't get a little better, and we're just starting on this kind of crappy little vibe here. But you've got stranded. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. As I was waiting for this to my phone to do its thing, I was looking at pictures from a vacation I took 2 weeks ago, and I was out on a spit. It's this like 5-mile spit, and you can walk to the lighthouse. It's the first time I've never made it to the lighthouse. I thought, you know what, my comfort and joy is more important than achieving this goal. So I made it to within a mile of the lighthouse. I had my kids with me, and one of them was starting to complain. So I didn't want to. However much I fantasized about taking that fun picture for social media in front of the lighthouse, I let it go. Anyway, on the way, we saw a sailboat get smashed up onto the shore, and the waves are just smacking it. Anyway, and it looked so much like this to me. It was the run aground, and there was this halo around the sun, just like there is in this card here, this rainbow halo around the sun. Anyway, it just was this card to me. I posted a picture on Twitter if you want to know. Is really cool. Really, I'm sure not for the owner. And the Coast Guard came, and they were no better than us. They took pictures and left. So I don't know what happened next. But the people on the sailboat were pretty distraught. They made it to shore. It was just a little hop and a couple wading through a few waves. It was fine. So anyways, stranded. Number 44, you got 11 and you got 44. This is fascinating to me because these are two important numbers to me. I don't know what they mean to you, but Queen Bee is 11 and stranded is 44. So you're someplace and you don't know how. Coast Guard's coming, but they might just take pictures and leave just like everybody else. There is this promise, though, that you are going to get out of this situation. You may have to leave the boat right there, right in that tree. How did you get up in that tree? Probably some forces of nature that you didn't know how to handle. And that tree might have looked like a solid place to land, like shore finally. Reminds me of a flood coming through, a big flood. Here we go. And then the flood recedes. I imagine this is like, I get a little bit of a Noah vibe here, but instead of landing on like Mount Ararat or wherever he landed, he lands in a tree because it looked like it was land, right? Anyway, you were a young thing. You didn't know what you were doing. You thought you did. Next time you'll read the manual a little better. You'll get a mentor. You do a couple of years of apprenticeship before you take off in this thing. But for now, however you got here, and well, that's a lesson you're going to have to learn. This is definitely a lesson. You got to learn it. Okay. But right now you're stuck and you don't know how to get out of it. And it's pretty overwhelming. There's no obvious way to get out of it. You might be able to save yourself, but I don't know. This boat's probably not coming with you. So here we have the stranded card. The boat in a tree. What on earth? Maybe made some mistakes here. Maybe got embroiled with this Queen Bee. Excited about all the honey she was offering. Looked like a good idea at the time, but now we've got some suffering going on here. And you feel stuck. Left hole in the bag, maybe ghosted a little sometimes. This can be a ghosted card. Feel really stuck though. All right, Leo, here's your past, your present, your inner landscape. What's the issue? Your environment, your to-do list, and your possible outcome. Okay, we're going someplace good. Hang in there. We're going someplace good, but first we got some shitty things to do. All right, here we got in your recent past tower moment. This light is so, like, at the same time bright and yet not bright enough. I don't know. Tower moment. This is like all the queen's stingers. All of this lightning coming in, revealing something, dethroning something. Maybe you thought something was perfect. You thought this Queen Bee situation was just nothing but a big bucket of honey. It was so great, and then suddenly all the stingers came out, and something was revealed for what it truly was. Something was not built on solid ground. It should have been. In the background, we do have the sun rising, so there is hope here. This is things falling apart for the purpose of being put back together again, but not the way they were before. But you get to rebuild. You'll get to rebuild something. So it could be a relationship, a job. You know, if it's a relationship, maybe this one's falling apart, but the next one, you'll be rebuilding it with these lessons learned, right? Both of these. This one has the pain. This one has the lesson learned, right? And that's the tower card here. Is things being suddenly, quickly, almost sometimes confusingly dissolved, dethroned, and revealed, and it just, your world got rocked. Your world got rocked here, and it was very overwhelming. I mean, the tower is a big card. I mean, the tower moment isn't like, you know, sometimes these cards are a little over dramatic. They deal with archetypes, and the archetypes are big, and they can help us feel like we're living quite the hero's adventure, even though we're just in our little apartment and doing some bills. These archetypes help us feel like we're living a big adventuresome life. But the Tower card is a pretty big card. It's like the Death card. There's something big afoot here. Really rocking your world, or the World card too. You know, So, and then this Tower card, man, you feel trapped. This is basically the stranded card right here. You feel stuck. You feel trapped here. You've got this, this is the Eight of Swords here, and you've got this cage of swords, but it's not surrounding you. It's just behind you. That's the secret about the Cage of Swords here. There's just behind you. And this rope, you're all bound up by this rope. It's just your thoughts, your self-talk, your ideas of what's possible and not possible. That's all this rope is. This blindfold, you can take it off. You have the ability to take it off. And this jail you're in, you can just walk forward. This is the mind deluding itself into feeling like it's stuck, to feeling like it has no options, into feeling like it's trapped. So now I'm looking at this card and I'm thinking, are you trapped? You think you're trapped. You think you're stranded. You think you're stuck here. And this card is telling us that might just be in your head. Things can be, life is nothing but getting into scrapes and getting out of them. And I feel like getting out of scrapes is basically the main point, because we mess up everything all of the time. And so we have to get good at getting out of scrapes. And so this is a scrape you can get out of. You can actually get out of this. There's a solution here. You're not seeing it. And I'm not going to say you're being stubborn. I'm going to say you just can't see it. It feels too big, too overwhelming, not possible, not likely. You don't feel it. You don't feel it. And I've been here, and most of us have, of like, this situation is not working for me. This is painful, awful. I feel trapped. But that's where you need to switch it up. You go from I am trapped to I feel trapped to I will not be trapped forever to I'm not trapped to I can get out of this. Like, you gotta like inch your way. She's gotta inch her way out of here. She's not gonna leave this running. It's not like an instantaneous thing. She's gotta first untighten these ropes, and then she's got to free her hand, and then she's got to untie it, and then she's got to take the blindfold off, and then she can stand up, and then she can see that the swords are just behind her, and she can see her path forward. But there's a whole process here, and you got to just be inching your way forward. But if you're feeling stuck, this card is here to tell you you're not stuck, and you need to first deal with the stuckness in your mind. First understand that, and then move that forward. What's on your mind is this Queen of Pentacles. So this is somebody who, this has to do with money, and this has to do with having money, knowing what money is yours, feeling entitled to the money that you have. This is the Queen, and she's very focused on hers, on what she has earned and what she gets. So you're very focused on this is something that you're thinking about what you deserve, what you get, what is yours. If you got all those stings, do you still get the honey? That you reached in to get? Like, do you get that? I'm imagining Winnie the Pooh here, and the bees are in the pot, the honey's already in the pot, and so are the bees, and so is that honey yours? You know, it's gold. It's a good gold, right? So, okay, I'm stretching here. So she's really focused on her money, on her work. This is you. Maybe you'd like to be more focused on your work. Maybe you'd like to have some work to focus on. Maybe you're worried that you're worried about work or something, because this is hopes, fears, and inner landscape. Maybe you're thinking about all the work it would take to get out of this situation, because this situation is going to take a lot of work. I mean, my guess was that the Coast Guard was taking pictures so they could take it back and consult on water that wasn't moving, although you'd think they'd be used to that. Consult on solid ground with a bunch of people, gather the tools that they were going to need, maybe a specialized boat. I have no idea how you get a sailboat that's run aground from being run aground. So it looks like, so you're very focused on what's yours, and maybe worried about what's yours, worried about, your earnings, worried about money somehow. And then what's at issue here is this Two of Wands. So this Two of Wands in the upright is someone who's calculating. They've got out their spreadsheets. He's looking down right here at he's a military general, and he's looking down at his boats, and he's planning for the journey. He's packing the boats. He's figuring out what boat. Oh, we have another boat here. We have boats. And so he's figuring out what's going to go in what boat, what supplies are going to go in each boat, who's going to captain each boat. He's figuring out, he's calculating, he's figuring things out. So what's at issue could be refusing to calculate, refusing to do the calculations. This could be involving you not being able to get out of the situation. If you don't see what's getting out of how to get out of the situation, you're not making the calculations. You're not making the spreadsheet about first we loosen the rope, then we unknot the rope, then we take off the blindfold, then we stand up. You haven't made that to-do list yet. You're ignoring some details here, of some planning details. You don't want to plan. You don't want to figure this out. You're not really looking at what you have. You might be, this can also be, this Two of Wands can be running to conclusions, not really looking at the facts. Oftentimes, especially in conflict, we want to be looking at who literally said what, not what our interpretation was, but what did we literally hear? What did they literally do? What is actually here? Not our fears, not our worst nightmares, not projecting that onto reality, but looking at reality. So in the upright, the Two of Wands, this general is looking at what he has, not looking at what he wishes he has, not looking at what he's scared he has, not looking at the possibility. I mean, he's looking at the possibilities of what's going wrong, but he's being very calculating about it. In the upright, in the reverse, he's letting his imagination run away with him. He's filling in all sorts of blanks rather than asking clear questions. He's just running forward with assumptions and not using his logic and not planning things out and not doing his ABCD cognitive therapy of I forget what the A is. Of observing and making an account of what actually happened, and then listing his beliefs, listing his conclusions, and then debating himself along the way. He's not doing any of that. He's just rushing forward to conclusions, leaving logic out of it, leaving reason out of it, leaving facts out of it, and just running forward with assumptions. In your environment, you have this Knight of Swords. So you have this quick, enthusiastic energy. This is the sophomore of the deck, knows a lot, but not quite everything. Very excited, definitely suited up for battle because he's definitely heading into some place that's not the safest. But he's got his truth, he's got his understanding, he's got clear communication and a lot of determination. So this isn't you, but this is likely someone in your environment, sort of quick-moving energy with a lot of truth, a lot of understanding, intellect. They're very smart, very focused energy coming in here pretty fast for you. Your to-do list actually surprises the crap out of me. Your to-do list is the Four of Wands. This is leveling up. This is leveling up with some sort of cultural or institutional recognition. This is making a commitment. This could be recommitting to something here, or making a commitment to yourself, making a commitment to learning what you need to learn. Making a commitment. So you've had some sort of start here in the Wands. You've had some sort of creative or intuitive start. You've had some moments of calculating, rethinking it, and having a lot of faith. And now you're willing to commit to this. I do not know what you're committing to, but you're committing to something here. It's the 1111 card. Usually we call it an engagement or a marriage card. But when we're talking about anything, we're talking about commitment and leveling up. It's time for you to level up, and that's your to-do list. That's something you are being called to do, is to level up yourself, level up your level of commitment to something. You need to commit. Make a commitment, maybe even a public commitment, but recommit yourself or make a commitment to something. And then where are we going? I love this card. This is connection with someone that's from our past. This is the Six of Cups. There we go. Can we see the Six of Cups? This is the Six of Cups. This is someone from your past, reconnecting with them. Oh, the communication is, all of this is hard. All of this is hard. And then we get to this commitment. And then what comes after this commitment is this easy, creative communication, these kids working together, playing together, imagining together, someone from your past or some sort of passion from your past coming back forward and being just delightful and easy. And this could be really good memories making good memories, having good memories, revisiting something, or revisiting actual, maybe where you grew up, or maybe the house you grew up in, going back home, reconnecting. And it's such an easy communication. So if the home you grew up in is not easy communication, that's not what this card is talking about. It's easy, wonderful, soulmate energy, reconnecting with a kindred spirit. I want to say kindred spirit because I think soulmates, we can't be meeting them in every reading here. So kindred spirit energy. So reconnecting with kindred spirits, possibly kindred spirits from your past, from your childhood. So, all right, Leo, I hope that was helpful for you. It was a little bit of a dark read. You're totally going to make it, though, and you've got some cool stuff up ahead of you. You're going back to the future? No. But the opposite. Your future involves your past somehow. The pleasant, happy parts of your past. So, Leo, I hope that was useful and helpful for you, and I hope that you have a great week.